I'm going to Los Angeles, please.
I'm going to Los Angeles too. One to Los Angeles, please. I'm Abby Wells.
Dr. Laura Melody, it's nice to meet you.
You're a doctor? You know, I'm studying medicine. Well, veterinary medicine. I'm going to Los Angeles to experience an aquatic vet tech. I bet there's so much you could teach me.
Well, that's nice of you to say, but I'm an emergency room physician, not a veterinarian. I don't think I'll be able to help you much with your marine studies.
But so much of medicine can be applied across disciplines. I read that in my Introduction to Marine Studies book. I think it was saying something about animals, but I mean, humans are mammals, right?
Listen, I do love my job, but everyone needs some time off. Wouldn't you agree? Anyone time off with me from family Los Angeles. And truly, work is the last thing I want to think about while I'm there. It's nice meeting you guys.
Next two customers, please.
Hey there. Welcome to the City of Flowers and Sunshine, correct?
I'm sorry. Where, sir?
The City of Angels? The Big Orange? La La Land?
I'm afraid I still don't understand, sir. He means Los Angeles. And can you please quit your tapping? I've been reading the same paragraph over and over again the whole time I'm lying because I can't focus with all the racket. I also need one ticket to Los Angeles. Please.
Why so serious, my newspaper reading friend? What is it that's taking you to the coast?
I am not your friend. I am private investigator, Owen Casey. I'm trying to read this article about bank fraud, but you seem intent on stopping that from happening.
Private investigator, huh? That sounds pretty exciting. Music can be exciting too. Probably in a different way.
Definitely in a different way. And since you'll probably tell me anyhow, what takes you to Los Angeles? Peace and love.
I'm going to be a musical sensation. This guitar is my ticket to the good life. I'm off to the coast to play my way to the top in show business. It won't be long before you see the name Nelson Henry in your newspaper there, friend.
I am not your friend. And stop all the racket. Next two customers, please.
It just doesn't make any sense, Jennifer. You can't base the success of the restaurant off desserts alone. It's not a bakery, it's not a cafe, it's a restaurant. The main entrees are going to be the feature.
You aren't even listening to me, Derek. That's not what I said at all. The restaurant won't survive if we put an another seafood place in Los Angeles. We have to have that extra piece of flair that draws people in, and that flair is what is drawing desserts.
Spoken like a true pastry chef, making yourself the center of attention. Well, I'm the executive chef, and the owner told me that I can take the restaurant in any direction I want to when he hired us to be the new chef team.
Exactly. Chef team at the Go for Us. Not the Chef Derek show.
But are you two gonna buy a ticket? Cause we need to get this line moving.
Sorry for the hold up. I hope that seems to be the user satisfaction and out of the kitchen. Do Los Angeles, please. Enjoy. Jennifer, if we're gonna get this restaurant off the ground.
Told you there's so much you could teach me. Yes, I do imagine that rescuing an interesting creature on the beach can be a very stressful situation. But as I said before, I really prefer to work all the time. I just want to work all the piece. Okay, cabin 6, table 2.
I'm at table 2 with you. I'm going to have the best time on this trip.
At least one of us will.
I truly hope you're not planning to entertain the diners with that instrument.
You never know when inspiration will strike, friend. And some people find that listening to music while dining can be a very enjoyable experience.
That's true. I've been trying to convince my husband that I can take my kids in a restaurant. Huge trouble. I think it would help set smart from the area, but he's convinced why music is attractive to atmosphere.
Is your husband on this train, friend? I would love to talk to him about the benefits of music and to offer my services to this restaurant of yours.
He's supposed to be making music. You have to assume this guy is working on the but I'm not going to say my name. He can continue. It was nice to meet you.
Nelson Henry, musical sensation. I will keep mine open for your husband, my friend. Perhaps we can convince him that music is the key to success.
The same train, not the same table? What does a guy have to do to get a break around here?
Come on, my investigator friend. We're going to have a great time together on this journey. You need to give our friendship a chance.
Why is that exactly?
You never know when you might need a friend. In fact, I know a song about that.
Please don't.
Perhaps my writing friend would enjoy a nice dinner too. I was just saying how much music can enhance the dining experience.
Elliot winks at the prospect of the guitar-wielding man at his dinner table. However, he decided to give in, as arguing would likely only delay the song's inevitable return.
Come on now, friends. Why so serious?
Do you even know what the word serious means? How do you expect to launch a music career by being this passive?
I think you misunderstand me, friends. I am very serious about my music. And where will I get if I'm as uptight as you? Never willing to make a friend, or always having my face in a notepad. I want to enjoy the journey.
While you may want to enjoy the journey, I want to record the journeys. Writers need a great sense of material in order to work from, and recording day-to-day activities like this can help provide most of that.
You know, being a private investigator is also kind of like that. But in this big part case of investigating, this game is complex, and there was lots of moving players. If I hadn't been paying attention to my surroundings, I never would have known that it was the security guard walking the box straight out the front door.
Okay, serious friends. No dinner music. Perhaps I could channel some of this serious energy at this table to write a serious song. May I borrow this paper right now?
He's not your friend either. None of us are friends.
Our first time no field, darling. And look, we're at table one.
In your
I think it's because I'm not alive and I am not alive. Oh my goodness. You can bring your head. No, it's very long. Can you please keep it down? I'm here to photograph Isabel Madison. You know, the movie star. I better sit down before she gets here.
Oh, paparazzi, heck. Those people cause all sorts of trouble for athletes. They should just leave them alone.
It seems to me that people don't want to teach in the media, and perhaps they should choose careers that are like high profile.
Another crack at athletes, huh? Just because no one is interested in what you do doesn't make what we do less important.
I said people in general. You're a wife of athletes. You're going to be insufferable.
Didn't I see you arguing earlier? What is going on?
We are just having a bit of a disagreement about athletes. I feel your pursuit knowledge is a real one. Oh, sure, that's not.
You know, I never said studying wasn't important.
Yes, you did. I think you can.
Nope, I said I was a sportsman. And you started mumbling about how dumb the sports are. I didn't think got a word in. You know, I went to college, like scholarship. I went to college for scholarship.
And what's your bachelor's degree allowed in the process?
You know, being physically and mentally fit is important for humans. Well, it's important for marine life too. Some species of marine life actually engage with each other, and they're smart enough to create tools for themselves. Isn't that neat?
I have to agree with Abby. As doctors, we can tell patients that physical and mental health care both very important. I see a lot of people in the emergency room who could have prevented injuries by either being in better shape or using their minds to way to causing situations of
Yeah, and I'm sure that looking at the stars while we won will really help avoid injury.
What on earth were you doing in the kitchen?
I was doing murder research for this new restaurant world. I'm a chef, and
In the kitchen of a train?
you have to be more open-minded, Jennifer. You never know what you can learn from new situations.
This from the man who shot down every one of my ideas. See what I mean about them? This is what I get to deal with.
Don't listen to her. We're all just moving on there because of this new restaurant world.
What a restaurant? That sounds exciting. Well, we don't own the restaurant. Not yet, anyways. The owner is one of those investment real estate types. He bought the restaurant. We get free runners to side business for us. We found out pretty quickly that running a restaurant is really hard work. So he's looking for some people with decent experience.
The owner's life was totally designed in from the napkin colors to the paint on the wall. We're hoping that if this goes well, you might be able to buy the restaurant down the road.
Is it hard going with business such as
pals. I mean, Rachel and I left our town today, but we got 2 set jobs during the day.
It's definitely been a challenge. And we have been fighting a lot lately.
You're right. Let's try to enjoy the rest of our trip in peace. Don't talk about the restaurant until tomorrow.
So what's activities we're going to see? Isabella, there you are. Did you really have to change your dress? The one you have on is just fine for dinner.
Lucy, a movie star belongs in public. These people might have already seen me today. They expect me to change.
Look, it's fine. I already took the time. We're at table 3. We have to get seated so everyone can come in.
Lucy, who are these people at my table?
I don't know, Isabella. The other people seated at this table? What's the matter?
You might have recalled when we purchased these tickets on this ill-convened journey. I demanded my own table. I will not be forced to interact with all these commoners.
With all due respect, Miss Madison, this tantrum is really not necessary. I assure you that Jillian and myself will be perfectly amicable later today.
Really? This is the second time today that you've treated us like this. No one here deserves to be talked down to, and none of us deserve to be called commoners either.
Please, Miss Madison. As you can see, our dining car is full to capacity. We'd love to accommodate your every request, but we cannot simply make one choose. Would you please take a seat so you can serve the meal? Everyone's quiet. Please, Isabella, just have a seat. You don't even have to tell me.
Well, you all better prepare to give me what I want for the remainder of this journey, or none of you will be employed after that. I'm Isabel Madden, and I will be treated as such.
I cannot believe she keeps talking to you. If this was a pharmaceutical contract, you could make demands. Just like her. She has no idea who she's speaking to.
Jillian, please. Do not always choose who we have to deal with on a daily basis. We will be the more mature people in the situation and be better for it. Now let's prepare and try.
I don't think it's a problem. I would split this process.
A pleasure. I'm Adrian Miller, the CEO of Solid Wellness. And this is my assistant, Jillian.
Oh, I've heard that. Our CEO.
His mom is Vincent, CEO in the company's history. It has grown the corporation more than the strength of our CEOs. Combined.
Yes, thank you. She makes it sound more exciting than it really is. It's a challenge to those moments. And I've heard that it looks like just as you were taught as
Still, this is some impressive accomplishments. Did you study business?
Actually, his mom studied commercial. Most of our own chemical designs are always pharmaceuticals.
Again, thank you. After the previous CEO where the board of business got to be a positive change about our decision to actually reduce the amount of themselves. I did end up being some resistance, but Jillian is a big help.
Sounds like what drugs see what they're doing. Sounds like it's working out for them. It's really interesting. I actually studied business management myself.
You studied business management to get bossed around by a demanding diva?
Jillian!
No, it's okay. I get that for sure. You see, Isabella and I were friends in high school, and we went to the same college. She didn't start to get like this until she started getting parts in commercials and STD appearances. And after that, she asked me to be her assistant because, well, she knows about business. And I wasn't desperate to get a job. Working with Isabella is great, but one day I'd really like to get to be like this.
What is the meaning of this? My dinner's ruined and my clothes are completely soiled!
My apologies, Miss Madison. The prosecutor is the one that takes us. We'll find out right away.
I'm an investigator. Maybe I should help.
The passengers began to move frantically around the dining car, each trying to make sense of these sudden events.
I can't see anything from here. We must be too far from the front. Someone should go out there and check it out.
I don't think that's a good idea, my sports friend. We should stay put until we know what's going on.
That will be your solution. Wouldn't it? Just use brute force. Climb out of the car and run headlong into actually dangerous situations.
And if we're up to you, we would be standing here, waiting for information.
dead. Isabella, it's not even that bad. Isabella, you have thousands of trust in. Isabella? Isabella! Isabella! No! Isabella, it's bad! Everyone, back off! Give us some space! Are you taking pictures? Stop that! You, give me a pitcher of water! You, grab me those napkins! You, give me coffee and a blanket! Okay, go ahead. I have the supplies. How can I help?
Abby, there's nothing you can do.
I can't sew. I have lots of skills. I can.
Abby, listen to me. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing any of us can do. She's dead.
She's so young. She wasn't even sick or anything.
Wow, I thought she was dying to feel the atmosphere of dinner, friends.
Lucy, I'm so sorry about Isabella. I know you said that you've been your friends for a long time. I don't understand how this could have happened. I just think the whole night she was perfectly healthy. I don't understand.
I doubt it. If something like that had happened, we would have been about it, and all of us would have been.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you all? The young woman dropped and you're making jokes about her?
I'm sure no one meant to make a joke, right, everyone? She's just saying that she didn't mention feeling sick or getting injured at all. She didn't react like she was hurt. There's no cell reception. It must be too far to the mountains right now. I'm having no luck getting a call from the authorities, but train personnel are trying to get a hold of someone on radio and have asked me to take on the investigation in the meantime. Lauren, did you notice any other injuries or clue about how she would have died? You're the medical expert here.
No, I didn't notice any injuries of any kind. When I tried CPR, her area was clear, which disproved the idea that she may have choked.
Can you determine a cause of death?
Her heart just stopped. Unfortunately, I have no way of determining what caused that to happen.
Lucy, did Isabel have any sort of history of heart disease? Was she taking any kind of medicine?
No, she was perfectly healthy. The last treatment was a while ago, but she was fine. She hasn't taken any kind of drugs, nor does she like taking them. If she was taking anything, I would know.
Hey, do you think of something she ate? Should we be worried?
I don't think there's worry about that. Most all of us ate the same food. If there was something wrong with dinner, more than one of us would have been affected. And besides, other than some kinds of fish, I can't think of any foods that just make your heart stop. We did eat into it. I mean, you can get food poisoning, and that can be pretty serious, but it isn't instantaneous.
So, let me get this straight. Isabella had no history of any heart disease or illness of any kind, and she didn't eat anything that could have done that to her. She didn't get hurt when the train stopped suddenly. Her heart just stopped.
Hold on, are you saying what I think you're saying? It seems so unlikely. You don't really think. Wait, what are you saying?
I'm saying that I think this was no accident. I'm saying I think Isabella Madison was murdered!
Elliot could hardly contain his shock and surprise. Murder on the 518, improbable but not impossible. The remaining passengers began to speculate on these events.
You really think that someone here could have killed her? All of us were right here together when it happened. Wouldn't we have seen something?
Romantic trips do not include dead bodies in the dining room.
Hold on, my romantic friend. Actually, everyone was not here around the time that I started fighting God.
Nelson is right. Derek and Jennifer went to the kitchen right when the train stopped. And Owen followed the waiter. How could we possibly have known what they were doing while they were gone?
Elliot is right. I did leave the room. I went to the front of the train to see what had happened. But think about it. When would I have been close enough to Isabella to harm her? And what would have been my motive? Any investigator worth his salt will tell you a crime needs two things: opportunity and motive. I didn't have either one. The people who were actually in the room had much more of a chance than I did.
We went to the kitchen to make sure that the sun stop didn't cause a fire or injure anyone. We are chefs, you know.
And what motive would we have had? Isabella didn't do anything to us. Well, you didn't seem to be too happy about that speech you made earlier, and we should have cleared you. Neither did you. And that seems like motivation for someone like a professor to get pretty upset.
Oh, please. Someone put yourself in the murderer's
study fish, I would even know something was that. Besides, the doctor is the ultimate person after she would have the most opportunity.
I do not appreciate your insinuation. I'm a healer. A crisis happened and I jumped in to help. While I have no desire to participate in this absurd debate, I feel the need to point out that you and your boss represent a pharmaceutical company, which should give you both access to life-threatening materials. Wouldn't that make you both prime suspects of foul play?
Absolutely not. Pharmacists take an oath too, you know. My goal is to never do harm with my products. I would never use my company's resources to intentionally hurt someone.
Well, what about Elliot? After all, he said that real life is the best story material, and this could be just the inspiration he needs.
I am much too busy recording events to be a part of them. And from what I've recorded so far, it would seem that Lucy is the highest suspect of any foul play here.
What? That's absurd. Isabel was my best friend.
She may have been your best friend at one point, but she clearly treats you very poorly. Ordering you around, making unrealistic demands, making you clean up her messes, and you still follow her at every step. You're the most opportunity and the best motivation.
You know, she's right. Pressure like that can do crazy things.
You all saw how bad Isabella treated you, but you still say she's your best friend. What kind of sense does that make?
Okay, just hold on. You're all forgetting one very important thing. Okay, so Lucy did have the opportunity and the motive, but she's not the only one. She's not the only one who follows Isabella around everywhere. And she's not the only one who relies on Isabella for her career. In fact, if Isabella died, Lucy's career would be over. But Sydney's career, the money she would make from having exclusive photos of Isabella's murder would take her straight to the top.
Keep up! I didn't kill this woman!
You must admit, Owen does make this telling argument for your participation in this trial. You definitely not all.
Okay, I know what I said murder, but that's me murder dead. Sure, I'm gonna come. Well, I'm getting a little excited about something that could improve your careers. Most of you on this train are going to tell pictures. Forward.
I'm afraid I'm not convinced. I'll have to confiscate your camera.
My camera, no way! Why?
You say you didn't do this, and I do want to believe you. Innocent until proven guilty, right? So you've been taking pictures all night. You may have taken a picture that could help solve Isabella's crime.
Okay, now I'm staying with you while you look for my photos. I'll go with my camera. Go.
I would like to join you both while you look. If the cause of Isabella's death does turn out to be something we all came into contact to, I'd like to find out as soon as possible.
I'll go too. You know, this is a lot like trying to help a sick animal on the beach. I can't tell you why it's sick. You just have to sleuth for the answer.
Sure it is.
Do you really think that Sydney may have gotten a photo with murder in it, and all of us here didn't see anything?
We were looking for the murder when the event actually happened. Now that we know what we are looking for, we can go back through the night and possibly find something that can help solve her crime. Sydney's obsession with taking pictures of Isabella might end up hurting her after all.
Hey, don't you think we should do something with his body? I mean, I'm no expert here, but I don't think we should just leave her laying here until we get to Los Angeles.
Fair point. If this was a murder, I'd hate to disturb the evidence, but we can't very well leave it here.
Can we all just stop calling Isabella an it? She was a person.
Lucy, maybe you should go back to your room and lie down.
Hold on, business secretary. If there is a dangerous person among us, is it really smart for us all to separate from each other? I don't think we will, especially since we do not yet have
Well, you know what? I think this is all ridiculous. All I want is to get to Los Angeles and have a nice honeymoon. I have a very hard time believing anyone here could have murdered anyone else. Lucy, how about you stay with us?
Are you sure? I mean, I really don't want you to go with me, but I don't want to stay alone either.
We'd love to have you join us, Lucy. Wait for the trip. We don't even know that something happened here. Everyone needs to stop jumping to conclusions. Someone died and that's awful. Do we have to make it more awful? Yeah, maybe something like this.
Alright, listen up! Pansies! Alright, right now, we need a plan. First, Isabella's body. Who has an idea?
Actually, I do. When Jen and I were on vacation, we commented that it had an enormously large refrigerator. I'm guessing this wasn't made for trips that
quarter body in there, as long as everybody's okay with dry skin for breakfast tomorrow.
Okay, that's a start. Jennifer, there, go to the kitchen and handle that. Thanks. Did anyone get any success radio for help yet? I'll take that as a no. Elliot, Nelson, go to the front of the train to see if the conductor successfully radioed for help.
Elliot leapt into action, eager to gain more information for the benefit of the situation.
Come on, my writing friend. Maybe don't write it wrong.
Alright.
The authorities. We are basically in the middle of nowhere right now. They want us to proceed to our final destination of Los Angeles, but the authorities will meet us. We are going to have to put off our plans a little until we speak to our police guys.
Miss Bill, what made us your meeting? That's the whole point of us being here.
I'm sure the company will understand if you have to reschedule, given the circumstances.
This whole thing is just insane. We want to try and contact them to figure out the schedule. Maybe I'll tell us something about that train is going to be. Hey guys, help us move Isabella's body into the cooler. Lauren, come see if you think this will work for the rest of the trip.
I'll go too.
Of course. Are you serious? Still?
Everyone, please, I join along. I just follow us to the lounge room. We'll get dinner served there.
I'm really tired. Do you think maybe we can serve dinner somewhere else?
Actually, the flight dinner wasn't so convenient. You guys make our plans and take them elsewhere?
Sounds good to me. What does our invention take a year?
I suppose folks could be in their rooms. It's not like anyone's going anywhere.
Of course. No problem at all. Anyone wish to be gentlemen or whoever plays the lounge?
Sounds good to me. Rachel, how about we do Lucy?
Alright, everyone, it's time to face the facts. We have 2 people dead due to sudden unexplained heart failure. It's possible to believe that one was a sudden occurrence, but the 2 people dead, we can't deny it anymore. There's a murder on this train. We don't know who, we don't know how, and we don't know why. But if we don't solve it, there could be more of us dead before we reach Los Angeles in the morning.
This is pretty perfect too.
Now, when we get to Los Angeles, we're going to spend our time at a police station being accused of murder as I'm sightseeing and celebrating our wedding. We didn't do anything wrong.
I know that's true. All I'm worried is if you go wrong suspects, we have to let the police do their job.
Circumstances got you down, honeymoon friends?
Yes, this honeymoon is turning out to be a disaster.
Come on now. It's not all that bad.
Are you serious? 2 people have been murdered and saying it's not all that bad.
Well, it wasn't either of you who were murdered, right? And sure, you'll have to change your arrival plans a little when you get there, but think of the story you have to tell your friends when you get back.
Nelson has the right idea, guys. This won't be over soon. For us, at least, who didn't know either of the victims.
Thanks, Nelson. I think we're those inside why we're on this trip in the first place.
Thanks, Nelson. Something just made me a little crazy, I think. Nelson, how is it that you keep so calm and positive? Aren't your plans for Los Angeles further messed up? Didn't you say you have a reading about your music?
Well, truth be told, friends, I don't have a group. I sent out lots of copies of my songs, but I didn't hear back from them before I knew what I said. So I decided to come to Los Angeles to see if I could make it on my own. And if I stop being positive, how will I have the courage to make it?
Wow, Nelson, I don't think you're just able to dive into something like that. I bet someone will decide to give you a chance.
Yeah, you're self-determined. I bet your music is great. Want to share some with us?
I would love to, friends. I started writing some new songs on this eventful journey of ours. I think I left my notes over your table on notification. Come take a look.
There you are. Have you seen anything I need to talk with you?
We haven't seen him in a while. Anything we can do for you?
Yeah, you don't look so good. Is everything okay? No, I'm fine. I just lost something. I'll look around to see if I can find it. What are all of you up to in here?
No, so we're just about to play some of this music for us.
You're sitting around playing music at a table where someone was just murdered. Aren't you bothered at all by what's going on?
Yes, no, you seem stressed. Can I help? What's missing?
No, Jillian, thank you. I'm fine. If you see Owen, please send him in that direction.
Of course, Miss Miller. Never mind. Clearly no one seems to care that two people just died in this occasion, and that nothing should be disturbed until it's caused by the authorities. Where's that private investigator anyway? Shouldn't he be handling this?
I just left my wallet on the table. I don't think grabbing my wallet will disturb the evidence, do you? What are you doing anyway? You don't trust me? You think I have something to hide?
Well, people eager to remove things from crime scenes seems somewhat suspicious. Also, if you must know, I brought my reading glasses with me to dinner and left them on the table during all the confusion.
Okay, so it's perfectly fine to come get your glasses, but it's not okay for me to come get my wallet? What kind of nonsense is this?
Because I'll bail to the room and disturb everything in sight.
I'm not bailing anyway!
What are
you doing?
We have much larger problems than whatever it is you're fighting about. Really? You two should take a page out of Nelson's book and get some positivity.
That is exactly what I meant.
So true, friend.
If we could all just focus on the problem and automatically calm and positive somewhere else.
I'm not accusing you of murder, I'm just worried about the safety of the passengers. We have to get to the bottom of this.
And is it very safe for the other passengers that we store bodies in my cooler?
We emptied the cooler before we put the bodies in it. There's no danger to the passengers anywhere.
Oh, hey Jillian, what's up? Did you come to help us sleep with clues?
No, actually, I lost my cell phone and came to see if I dropped it back here during all of the sitting fun. Speaking of, did you put her body in the police room?
Fortunately, they did.
Completely unacceptable.
Listen, for the last time.
Here are two more people to invade my kitchen.
We're not here to invade your kitchen. We're actually just here to tell you how much we enjoyed the dinner we just had.
What are all of you doing in here? Was anything but clothes in the kitchen?
Sort of. I'm convinced these deaths have to do with something the victims ate. Owen, I really need to speak to you about.
We've already told you. There are virtually no food substances to happen. You've searched the kitchen. Did you find any dangerous food?
They all eat the same thing. Take it from people who work in a kitchen. At an event like this where everyone eats the same food, you have no idea which plate is going to end up at which table.
Okay, I see what you're saying. But what about the wait staff though? They serve each person individually. And they were in the room with us the whole time. That's enough time to see where each person was sitting.
You've been in and out of the kitchen a dozen times by now. The trays get handed right to the waitstaff and then right to the table. When will they have the time or opportunity to sabotage the food?
Weren't Isabel and Cynthia at different tables? Did two separate waiters decide to commit murder?
Anything else, Jennifer?
Do you really think we would kill someone? No, I don't. Are you sure? Yes.
But I do see what you're saying. The food theory doesn't quite matter.
If all of y'all are quite satisfied, we'll be returning to the kitchen without all of you.
Something is missing. What's missing? Owen, I really need that.
I know it's missing.
What are you talking about?
Owen said something's missing. I know what it is.
You do?
No need to sound so surprised there.
I didn't mean it that way. I just...
Okay, enough.
What are you missing?
It seems like you guys are too hung up on the why and never the how. People died. We've got that. It happened in a dining car. We've got that too. But now you guys are too on this fool theory that has led us nowhere. You can only make a layup so many times without a score before you have to switch plays and go for a 3-point shot. So back up, reassess, and find another approach to the problem.
Elliot!
You think it was Elliot who told
No, I think Elliot can tell us what's missing.
I don't follow you.
You know how Elliot writes down everything he sees? Well, he was taking notes the entire time we were at dinner. He's even taking notes right now. Maybe he can tell us what everyone was doing. Actually, that's a great idea.
Hey, I bet if you take Elliot's notes and Cindy's photos and put them together, you could practically paint a picture of everything that was going on in the room that night. Where is that camera anyways?
I remember seeing it on the table. Hey, the cameras are here.
What? Well, where'd it go?
So many people have been in and out of this room all night that anyone easily could have picked it up, and no one would have been the wiser.
Maybe Elliot can tell us that too. What do you say, Elliot?
Elliot was displeased to have his writing disturbed. However, he recognized the importance his notes could be to solve this murder, and it also could shed some light on the paparazzi's camera.
I believe that's a yes.
Jen, let's go find that camera.
No.
But
I know not all of us are in the room right now, but Mike was onto something earlier. Either all of us are the best actors ever, or we genuinely have nothing to hide. Either way, let's grab that notebook and get to work. Owen, I need to talk to you. Right now. What's up, Avery? You don't look so good.
Avery, I don't mean to intrude, but if you're feeling sick at all, we really need to.
Actually, Lauren, it's a good thing you're here too. So both of you know that I work at a pharmaceutical company, that I'm going to Los Angeles with samples for a presentation, right?
Right.
Well, when the train stopped suddenly, when there was that rockside in the tracks, I opened up my case to check on everything, and all seemed to be fine. But when I returned to my cabin after dinner, I decided to check on my samples again. And when I opened the case, I saw one of the vials was missing.
What? Avery, this isn't good. What does it contain?
Well, that's the worst part. It's a new medication that my company has been developing to help patients who are at risk for heart failure. It hasn't been widely tested yet.
So you're saying there's a vial of untested heart medication on a train where 2 people have been found dead due to heart failure?
Oh my goodness!
what is it?
Avery lost the medicine that causes heart failure. Are you serious? When are you going to share that information with the rest of us? Owen, all of your theories are just crazy.
This new development is most exciting.
Owen, your whole let's go Vincent and people theory is crazy. This woman clearly had the means to commit these murders and was sitting right next to Isabella the whole time. Who was rude to her?
Do you genuinely think she would have brought this to our attention if she was the one who committed the crime in the first place?
Maybe that's her plan, to make us think she's innocent.
But Derek, from what I'm reading here, Avery was nowhere near Cindy at any point throughout the evening. I think it's somewhat far-fetched to believe they're 2 separate bodies on the train.
You know what?
Derek, come back.
Let's just give those 2 a minute. Avery, tell us more about this heart medication. This is the best lead you've had so far for a cause of death.
Well, like I said before, its primary function is to help patients who are at risk for heart failure by helping to regulate heart function. For someone who is sick, too little would be effective, but too much could be very dangerous.
So what would happen if someone took it that doesn't have a heart problem?
Well, it'd be safe to presume that the sample would choose for a healthy person. A small amount would probably go unnoticed, but a large dose could likely cause serious heart problems.
What characteristics does medication itself have? Would people realize they were taking it, or can it be hidden somehow?
Actually, that's where my company has been focusing on our research. All the medicines I'm taking to my presentation are in liquid form with no coloring or flavor. We're trying to develop a line of medications for people who are focused on traditional medications.
That's an amazing idea. I bet it'd be useful for animals too.
Focus!
Hi. So, if you claim it wasn't you, who else had access to your case?
Well, that's the thing. I'm the only one with access to the case. And the case never left my possession. I'm the only one with the key. I still have that. Right here. The only times that all evening that the case was open were right after our time. And just now, in my room.
Sorry about before, everyone. I'm pretty on edge. I thought we could all use some water. Anyone?
Oh, sure. Thanks, guys.
Elliot was parched from excitement and welcomed some refreshment.
Sounds good to me.
Don't read that!
Why? What's the matter?
The water glasses! That has to be what happened!
If the medicine is a liquid, it would be very easy to add to a beverage.
And the medicines are designed to have very little color and taste. No one would even know they were drinking it.
Elliot took amazing notes, and right before both deaths occurred, many of us were sipping water.
Well, good catch. So now we need to figure out who got a hold of the medicine and he got close enough to both people to put it in the water.
Well, it's not quite as clear, but remember right before Cindy died, those who had helped move Isabel's body came back to the dining room and had some water. I'm confident that this notebook will continue to be a valuable resource. If we continue to look back through it, I think we will figure out who had the opportunity.
We might not need the notebook.
I think you're right.
Attention passengers, we will be arriving in Los Angeles in approximately 10 minutes. Please be prepared to leave all belongings on board when exiting until the authorities have had the opportunity to speak to everyone individually and survey the scene. Thank you.
Do you guys have any idea what happened?
Tell us.
Okay, everyone, we have 10 minutes. Grab the notebook and let's get to work. If we all work together, we can catch the murder by surprise when we reach Los Angeles in the morning. Are you all in?
Go team!
Alright folks, if you please start heading right over there to take the statement. Please leave all belongings on the train until you get picked up and out of the search.
While wanting to follow the officer's wishes, Elliot was dismayed at being separated from his writing supplies, and he also failed to comprehend how marine studies notebook and a guitar could pertain to this particular investigation.
What? He doesn't like to be separated from his notepad. I can take my book back though. Nelson, you want me to take your guitar? Avery, I can make a case for you too.
That won't be necessary, Abby. I'll be handing my case straight to the police.
Isabella, you're handing all of your samples over to the police. Don't you think you should keep them with you?
Nonsense. You heard the officers. Everything on the train is evidence. I wouldn't want to complicate the officers' investigation by making them a case of dangerous samples that they couldn't even know. Here are all my samples, along with the key digits.
Hello, officers. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Owen Casey, and I'm a private investigator. I wanted to hand you this silver suitcase along with this bag, in which you will find the notepad from a resident writer, Elliot Williams, who I think you'll find very useful in reconstructing the activities done during the night. Also in the bag, you'll find the camera of our deceased paparazzi, Cindy Bennett. She took pictures until she died.
You found the camera?
That's awesome. Where was it?
I did not even know our photographer friend's camera was missing.
Actually, her camera was never missing. The camera I brought along to record my upcoming lecture looked very much like this. My camera is still missing. This camera was under Sydney's dinner table the whole time. I took the opportunity to go through Sydney's camera, and she took one clear as day of Isabella's murder poisoning the water glass.
Murder? Wait, who?
Why did she see anything?
Do you think she was trying to make more money?
I knew it wasn't the food.
After Isabella died, it didn't take us long to figure out that her death was no accident. We thought she may have gotten hurt when the train stopped suddenly, but the doctor here confirmed that wasn't the case.
That's true. I checked on everyone right after the train stopped, and no one was injured.
Who murdered Isabella?
At first, we all thought Sydney did. She had the most to gain from it. And, of course, she denied it. She said we could look through her camera to see if we could find anything useful.
But that's when we realized we were wrong about Sydney being murdered. After Sydney died, we knew we had to look at other potential suspects.
Avery, you weren't even with the people who were trying to figure out who did Isabella. Derek, Jennifer, Lauren, and Abby all went with Owen to find clues. How were you the one who ended up figuring it out?
I realized that I was carrying around a whole case worth of potential danger. When I opened up my case to check on my samples right after the rock slide, everything seemed to be fine. But when I checked the case again, I noticed that a vial of medicine was missing.
You're missing dangerous medicine? We have to find it, or the rest of us could be in danger.
It was your medicine not poisoned Isabella. It was you. It must have been you. No one else had access to your case. Plus, you were right by Isabella just before she died. I can't believe you even tried to make me feel better after you were the one who killed her.
Lucy, listen. I thought that same thing at first as well. But when looking back through Elliot's notebook, we realized that she couldn't have killed her, and she didn't kill Isabella. But there was one other person who you and Isabella. One other person who had access to the case of pharmaceuticals, and one other person who was close enough to both Isabella and Sydney right before their deaths.
Julius!
going somewhere? Gotta be quick and not surprise me.
Finally figured it out. It was me.
Julian, how could you? I trusted you.
Lucy, I didn't mean to kill her. Honest, I didn't.
But you did kill her. And why Sydney? Why?
I was so angry at the way Isabella treated us at the train station. Then again at dinner. She had no right to talk to us like that. To all of us. Fame doesn't give people the right to act like that.
That's why you killed her? You were angry about her insults?
No, all I wanted to do was embarrass her. When I realized that Sydney was on board taking pictures to sell, I thought, what would bring Isabella down a notch? She was always so worried about looking her best and being better than everyone else. I figured a bunch of pictures of her getting sick everywhere would be just the perfect thing for her Hollywood image.
So you poisoned her to make her sick?
When Avery opened the case after the train stopped, I slipped out the vial that was the closest to me. Then when everybody started screaming, I poured some of the vial in Isabella's water. But I never meant for her to die. I didn't know what I put in her water would kill her.
I can't believe this. How many times have I told you that we work with dangerous items? What were you thinking? And why kill Sydney though?
She was going to sell the embarrassing photos of Isabella just like you had planned.
When Sydney started talking about how she was going to sell all of Isabella's photos and make all of this money from it, I realized it didn't matter what happened to Isabella. She was still going to be famous, and Sydney was going to be rich from that fame.
So you killed her?
When Owen and Sydney started talking about how they were going to look through Sydney's camera for a picture of the poisoning, I knew I had to get the camera from her. She never stopped taking pictures, and I was sure that she had a picture of me poisoning Isabella's water. So as soon as I could, I snuck back and poured the rest of the wine into Sydney's water.
You knew it was going to kill her, and you did it anyway.
And for nothing. I snuck back to get the camera and hid it in my purse. But now I find out that I have somebody else's purse. I didn't even see anybody else with a purse.
That's because no one else had one.
I kept wondering why you called this empty water glass a camera. Glad I just went along with it.
Avery and I figured out that Julian must be the murderer and had access to the case of pharmaceuticals. I went back through Elliot's notes and realized that she must have Sydney's camera, but we knew she would never give it up unless we tricked her into it.
I decided then we pretended we had Sydney's camera and made Jillian nervous enough to confess. And I was right.
So I did have the camera all along, and you didn't actually have a photo of me poisoning anyone?
Well, of course, now that you've confessed in front of everyone, it doesn't matter if it was a picture or not.
Well, folks, now that we have a murderer and a confession, we should be able to get you on your way soon enough. If you will please follow me, we have police cars waiting outside to take you downtown.
Great work, everyone. And Abby, great idea with the camera.
Abby, I know I didn't want to work on this trip, but obviously this trip had other plans. You're a great asset throughout all the chaos and it's very good to be very today.
That means so much. I learned how to keep cool under a situation from you. Did you know, in an animal emergency?
I do hate to admit it, but you had some very effective insights throughout this investigation. Perhaps I underestimated you.
And not so you can never judge by its cover, right?
I never did hear what you polished your ears tonight.
Criminal justice.
Well, it's not very surprising. I'll say, what a way to start our honeymoon. Jennifer, you and Derek worked so well together to help solve this crazy case.
I suppose we did. You know, we worked much better together than we are fighting.
You're right, Jen. We need to start focusing on listening to each other and keeping ourselves on track and working together as a step team.
If I may, friends, I know a fabulous musician who happens to be looking for work. It is very good at keeping everyone relaxed.
Come on, Nelson. Let's talk terms in the car.